time. Okay, hello. All right, so hello, welcome. If you can get a strap or a towel, I'm using a TheraBand today, but you can use a strap or, like I mentioned, just wrap around a blanket, spin it around, because we're gonna do some chest and shoulder openers today to help us open up the chest, remove that forward rolling, slouchy, hunched neck forward position, which is going to cause a lot of harm and damage to your neck. So today I want to focus on that and a lot of stretching instead of this hardcore flow. I think we have to adjust to the times right now, which we need to focus on opening up, stretch, a little bit of strengthen, but we're not as mobile, so that's why we need to kind of focus on that, tune in into that part of those parts of our body. And a cardiovascular exercise you can do is just go for a nice walk. Get outdoors, get some fresh air. It's the best thing for you right now, and getting grounded in nature. So for those of you who don't know me, haven't practiced with me before, this class is on every Wednesday, and it should be posted on the Sheridan Student Union Council website, Facebook page, so that you can come back to it anytime you want. My name is Beata, or B for short, and I hope this class serves you well in helping you with your physical wellness, and when we are physically well, our mental health improves as well. So we want to continue to maintain some mobility and movement during this more stagnant time where we're isolating, we're not engaging in as much exercise, nobody's going to the gym, but you don't need to go to the gym to get some movement in your body. Like I mentioned, you could walk, you practice yoga. So some of the things I'm going to show you today, you can just do right at home, right in your room, anywhere that you have a mat, and even if you don't have a mat, just put a towel down or something comfortable. Okay, all right. So we're gonna just start in a nice seated, comfortable seated position. I'm in Vajradasana. This is Vajradasana, where you're on your knees, your shins rather, and your knees are bent, and you have your hands on your thighs. This is a great digestive pose. In India, they practice this pose after a meal, so it's really beneficial to help digest your food. And if this bothers your knees, don't do it. Just come into a nice cross-legged position. You can also prop a pillow or a cushion underneath your bum to ease up on the hip flexion, okay? But I just want you to get comfortable in this position right now. Well, like I mentioned, we're gonna open up chest, shoulders, upper back, neck, and very simple but very effective movements that you can practice any time of day at home, okay? So let's start by taking a nice deep breath in as we raise the shoulders up to the ears. So you're gonna crowd your neck, then exhale and roll them down. When you roll them down, your back muscles are gonna come together, and slide down the middle of your spine, okay? So inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears, roll them back, muscles come together, traps, rhomboids, and then slide them down. Okay, so be very conscious of how you're moving your body. It's not about the quantity of the movements, it's the quality of the movements. Let's do that again. Inhale up, press the muscles back, and slide them down. So you can see my whole upper torso is moving. Yeah, let's do that again. Bring them together, chest is wide open, exhale, slide them down. Okay, repeat, inhale, crunch, draw together, exhale, slide down. 2 more times, inhaling up, exhale, bring them together, drop down. One more time, let's do one more time. Inhaling up, crunch together and slide down. Yes. All right, so on your bum, legs in front of you. And again, you can use a pillow underneath your bum or a block. So I happen to have, but if you don't, you can use a cushion. And we're just gonna bring the arms back behind us and lean back into the hands. So when you're here, you're gonna feel like you're going to the beach and your chest is gonna cave in and your neck's gonna poke forward. So I want you to bring your hands a little bit wider, okay? So like the edges of your mat. And then imagine there's a string attached to your breastbone. And you're gonna push and press that upwards. And just open up through your chest and bring the chin up. You don't want to dump your head here. We're not dumping the head. We're not just letting it drop down. We want to keep it level. So the head is level to the body. Same positioning. Okay, so let's take a couple breaths here while I remove this end. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. You should feel this big stretch through your chest. Okay, and your fingers are facing forward. Take a couple more breaths. So we're breaking down some of the fascia that rolls those shoulders forward and just creating more tension in the body because of poor posture. Okay, I'm in my comfy Mumford & Son and comfy pants today. You can wear anything when you're practicing yoga, just not tight, stiff jeans. You don't need Lulus, people. Okay, big chest opening, shoulder blades again together and down. You don't allow your shoulders to creep up to your ears. That defeats the purpose. We're attaching that string, imaginary string, to our breastbone, pointing it upward. Let's take another deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, again, breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath here. Take a breath in. Nice. Breathe out. Come onto your back. Bend your knees. And just relax. You're going to draw your shoulder blades together. Shoulder blades together. And feel the back of your shoulders touching the ground. You've got your arms down to side body, and your feet are gonna push down. Your knees should be as wide as your hips, and if you're not sure, what I'd like you to do is you're gonna stick a block in between your knees, okay? That's gonna bring awareness to your adductors, which are the inner thigh muscles. All right, so we've got our shoulders check. Thank you for the like. And we've got our knees and hips check. What we want to do here is squeeze the bottom up really tight. Push it down into the feet. Push the hips up by squeezing the bum. Okay, so you're not really using your hip flexors, you're using your glutes. This is an excellent stretch for your psoas muscle and super good for all of us that are sitting more. We are doing way too much sitting, and sitting hurts your hips. It destroys the mobility in your hips. So as much as you can, stand up, get up, walk, do some exercises like this. Okay, so squeeze the bottom of your bum. You should feel full tension in that bottom. Now, your chest is up to your chin, and we're going to breathe here. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath. Take a deep breath in. Okay, when you come down, come from the top of your spine, mid-spine, the low back, knees to chest,
nose to knees. Beautiful rounding of the back to counter pose that back bend. We're gonna repeat that again, all right? So, imprint your feet, push them down, draw the shoulder blades together, your shoulders pressing into the mat, chin towards your chest, broadness through your chest, arms to side body, push down and hips up, squeeze your bum. And breathe, nice deep breath in and out. Breath in, breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. Take one more breath here, my friends. Inhale. Start to come down one segment of your spine at a time. Knees tuck in, nose to knees. Beautiful. Okay, take that block to the side for now. And just extend that left leg forward. We're going to bring the right knee in and do a little opening. So we're going to direct our right knee over to the right side. There's another hip stretch here, really important. Your abs.
All season long after just one use.
Okay, so just directing that knee with your hand, you're going to do wonders for an external rotation of the hip. Okay. And then we want to bring it in inward as well. We want to move the hip in both directions, internal rotation, external rotation. So take your left hand and drag it over to your left without lifting your low back. I know that's a little bit challenging because you kind of want to pull it all the way over, but I don't want you to go that far. Just enough until you feel it in your inner hip. Okay? And then take your knee back to the center with your right hand, open up to the side. Okay, bring it back to the center. Inhale, left hand on your knee, a little pull over, exhale. Inhale back to center, right hand on your knee, exhale, little external. You should engage your core here, by the way. Okay, so no loosey-goosey in the core. Come back to center, inhale. Left hand brings it over slightly, exhale. Nice, come back to center, inhale. And then lower the leg down, exhale. All right, we're going to repeat on the other side. So bring the left knee in. I know what you're seeing is the opposite to what I'm doing, but so it doesn't matter which side you're doing as long as it's the other side, balancing out both sides of the body. Okay, so left hand on your knee. Let's do a little opening to the side. Come back to the center, inhale. With your right hand, a little pull over. So we're doing a little internal. Come back to center, inhale. Okay guys, remember, your low belly should be tight. Contract your muscles. Come back to center, inhale. Right hand on knee, a slight dip to the right. Doing therapy here on our body today. Back to center, left hand on knee, open to the side. Back to center, inhale, over to your right side, exhale. Remember, we are also not lifting or twisting in from the lower back. No twisting. Coming back to center, inhale, left hand on knee, drag it over, exhale. Back to center, inhale, over to the right, exhale. Awesome. Come back to center and release your left leg all the way down. Okay, we're going to take the arms back behind us and give our spine
a good deep stretch. Take a nice deep breath in. Tighten up, and then exhale, release, relax. Give your feet a little shake side to side. Okay, and we're gonna try and come up to seated position. Reach up. Awesome, and then cross your ankles. We're gonna come into a tabletop position. So your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. All right, working into your cat and your cow, best spine stretch. Arch your back, bring your chin up, roll those shoulders back. As you round out your spine, you're gonna scoop your tailbone underneath you and then feel this energy in your armpits. So we're just working the anterior serratus. Inhaling, chin up, arch. Exhaling, round it all out. Inhaling, chin up. Exhale, round out. Inhaling, chin up. Full breath in and full breath out, out, out. 2 more times. Inhale, again, it's not the quantity, it's the quality of your movements that counts. Breathe out, pushing into the hands, and then feeling that energy in your armpits. Good, and let's come to a neutral position. You're gonna send your left leg back and lift it up. Here's where you need to be lifting from your core, okay? So it's almost like that leg is lifting via the core muscles, the abdominal muscles. And then reaching forward with your right arm. Bird dog. So we're drawing a line from fingers to toes. Deep breath in. And then release, breathe out. Step your right leg back. Squeeze your bum. Use your core and lift the leg up. And then send that left arm forward. Big breath in. Slowly release, breathe out. Okay, so when you're here, you can even come onto your fists. And when you're on your fists, you're gonna press into your armpits, right underneath your armpits. So this is gonna work some more muscles that we need to help stabilize the shoulders and keep them back. Yeah? Okay. Let's repeat that again. Bird dog is an amazing core exercise, back exercise, everything exercise. Step that left leg back. Squeeze the bottom of your bum. Squeeze the base of your core. Lift the leg up. Engage those muscles. Don't just do it in haste. And then reaching forward with that right arm. Push down so that you feel this part of the body working. So you want to push down into your hand. Pull up through your tummy. Navel towards your spine, up. And then squeezing that bum up tight. Take one more breath. And release. Breathe out. We're going to repeat on the other side. Slide that right leg back. All right, remember those cues. Core, tight bum, tight leg, lift. So the leg isn't lifting by momentum. It's by our muscular contraction. And now pushing down into that fist or that hand and activate underneath your armpits. And release, breathe out. Okay, let's do this one more time on either side. Left leg back, core engaged, squeezing using your glutes, reaching forward with that right arm. And release, breathe out. Right leg back, and up,
your arms forward. Push down into your hands so that you feel the anterior serratus again working and the pec minor major working. Push down into your hands. Scoop your tummy out, and then tailbone sticks out and up. Take 2 more breaths. The problem with having a yellow mat is that everything shows on it. All right, now curl your toes under, separate your feet, push into your hands, and bring your hips up. Let me take my socks off. Not good to practice in socks, you need grip. So you need that fleshy part of your feet to grip. All right, so we're gonna come back down again, and I wanna focus on this part of the body. All right, scoop out your tummy here, and let's lower the knees down. Send the sit bones back. Keep pushing down into your hands, activating and firing underneath your armpits. Try not to flatten your back, but rather keep your tail sticking out and up. Okay, out and up. Push down into your hands, lift, so we're actually feeling the exact same thing. All we're doing is we're taking the knees off the ground. And lower your knees back down. Keep pressing down into your hands. Lifting the knees up. And lowering the knees down. Okay, we're going to do this 2 more times, guys. Remember, firing up around the armpits, around to the back. Scooping out your tummy, you're using your core to lift. Keep those toes curled under. Push down and up. And lower knees to the ground. Push down into your hands, knees up. And lower down. 1 more time, lifting knees up. And heels back. Walking to the top of the mat, get your strap ready. We do some hip hinges first. Okay, I've learned this from a really, really great chiropractor, how to do a hip hinge properly. So this is important, especially when we're sitting so much. So I want you to keep a bend in your knees. This is the first mistake that a lot of people make, is that they're always locking their knees when they're in this position. But it's better if you have a bend, okay? And now you're gonna roll your shoulders back. Keep your head forward, don't poke your chin out. And there's a BBC, butt, back, C's core, activated, okay? So you're firing your back by bringing the shoulder blades together, crown forward. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna just start to send those sit bones back as we start to lower the hands to the ground. And I don't even want you to go all the way. Okay? And then as we come up, we're gonna squeeze that bum up tight, round out the arms, and bring the arms all the way up. So let's try that again. Arms down to side body. Start to hinge at the hips, bend in your knees, tucking through your core, strong back, reach forward. And then squeeze your bum up tight, come all the way up. And arms down to side body. Let's do this one more time. Reaching forward, we're gonna hinge at the hips. Send your tail back. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your bum, squeeze your bum, use your core, come all the way up. And arms down to side body. Find your strap or your towel. And let's give it a pull. So depending on the range of motion in your shoulders, you might have it really short or you might have it really wide. And we're going to start to feel something here again underneath the armpits. And we're just gonna open up the chest by bringing the arms slightly back. Squeeze your bum. Okay, and make sure you're working your core here. Nice. And then take the arms all the way back. Okay, and then let's bring the arms apart again. Bring them up. And then bring it all the way down in front of you. Okay, so repeating that again. Reaching up. Take it slightly back. And then all the way through. Bringing the arms up. Forward, forward, forward. Keep working those lats. Yeah. Okay, and now keeping the distance between the feet. We're going to reach up and just do a nice side bend. So as you go to the right, your hip goes to the left. Keep that strap really tight. And then nice and slow, using the obliques, come back up. Let's go to the other side. Coming back up. Good, and relax. Ooh, the shoulders are firing. Okay, let's try that again. Bringing the arms all the way up. Lean over. Your hip should go in the opposite direction. Come back up, squeezing your core up tight, and over to the other side. Good, come back up, and relax. Beautiful. Shrug it out, roll it up. Close your options. From here, we're gonna do a step back into Warrior One. Warrior One is a great pose, stretch out your psoas muscle. So you just release that strap for now. Come back to the top of the mat. Mountain pose. Your hands together. Do a little scoop of your tail underneath you. Activate your core. Activate your glutes. And now as you press your hands together, feel your back. Alright, we're going to step that left leg back. Bend the front knee. Turn that left heel inward, and you want to put some energy into the outer edge of your left leg, outer edge. So the heel turns in, curves in, the toes face out, but the hips are squared facing forward. Keep pressing into your hands. Nice deep breath in and out. Should you engage your core? Yeah. Should you engage your glutes? Yes. One more breath here. And then come back to the top of the mat. Let's round out the arms. And then bring the hands forward as you slide your sits bones back. Hip hinge. Core is tight. Good. And then let's see if we can drop a little bit lower. Keep that arch in your back. And then round out. Draw the shoulder blades together. Come all the way up. Squeeze your bum. Bring your hands to your heart center. Press your hands together. So you're working your pecs. You're working your back. And bring awareness into this circle right around your chest. The muscles that support that thoracic spine. Stepping back, right leg. Bend your left knee, turn the heel in, toes out. Hips are squared, facing forward. Press into your palms. Okay, and squeeze your bum. Use your core. It seems like a very simple pose until you activate and fire the right muscles. Once you fire the right muscles, it makes the pose so much more valuable and magnetic. You get more bang for your buck. Take one more breath here. Nice. And let's step to the top of the mat, feet together. Scooping the tail underneath you in between your legs. Squeeze your bottom up. Hands together. Awesome. So round out your arms, draw a big circle. And then we're going to slide those sit bones back. Hinge at the hips. Your torso, one piece. And then maybe you might be able to touch the ground. Awesome. Step your left leg back. And drop your knee down. All right, so we're going to stay here with that knee on the ground. And if you want, you can take a block and place it underneath your left hand. Bring your right hand. Cheers, guys. Thanks for the likes. Bring your right hand on your knee. And now we're going to start to twist from the hip up. So I want you to start to feel your core active. You're moving into your middle back. Don't let your shoulders creep up to your ears. And look all the way back. It doesn't have to be a big movement, but you want to feel like you're moving from the hip all the way up. Your head doesn't lead. Okay, never ever. Roll the shoulder back. And again, keep distance between your shoulders and your ears. Take one more breath. Awesome. And then as you come back to center, you're going to walk your right foot outside a little bit further away from the center where it was. To the right, okay? And now you're just going to make sure that both of your arms are inside of your right leg. So we're staggered. Now if your hips are really open, then you might be able to come down a little bit further like that, yeah? So for me, I'm gonna stay a little higher and prop myself with that block. And now I'm just gonna squeeze that left butt cheek to make sure that my pelvis is level. And again, I don't want you to slouch here and just let it all go. That's not the point, because if we do that, we're actually missing, we're not targeting what we want to target, which is hips and into the pits there, where we can stabilize the muscles a little more. Now I want you to lift your belly up here. And feel your hips opening up. So take two more. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, and then we'll slowly come out of this. All right. And then just lift that back knee up. Turn the heel in. We're coming into warrior one. Take your gaze forward. Root down in through your feet. Push down, squeeze your bum, arms come all the way up. Remember that your hips are facing forward. Strong core, activated. Bring your hands to heart space. And then pressing into your hands, we want to work the muscles around your chest, around your back. Take one more breath. Nice, and then we'll step to the top of the mat. Squeeze your bottom up tight, scoop your tail underneath you. Round out your arms, inhale, reach up. And then slide your bum back, hip hinge, core tight. Slide your bum back, bend your knees, reach forward. Keep that arch, don't want to flatten out by tucking the tail under. Keep that tail sticking out so that you maintain this curve in your spine. Your psoas is going to love you for that, and so are your hips. And then let's see if we can go down a little bit further, and if you need to bend your knees more, do it. We force ourselves into poses way too much, and this is injuring our body. Step your right leg back now, and drop your knee. Let's be kind to our body now, huh? Yes. So you can keep that right block, the right hand down on a block or without. I'm going to keep a block underneath me. And take that left hand on the knee. And now what a lot of people do is they whip their head over their shoulder, right?
No, let's engage the core. Let's move from the rib cage, feeling that twist. The shoulder, the head is the last thing that moves, really. So you want to feel the chain of events from the bottom coming up. Okay, now squeeze your right butt cheek. Woo-wee, do you feel that a little more in your hip when you do? Okay, and now check. Take note of your shoulders. Is that right one creeping forward and up? Mine just did. So if you need a little more height, bring the block up a little bit higher, or your pillow, or even a shoebox. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and twist. Scoop out your tummy. Squeeze that right butt cheek. I'm keeping my back toes curled under to protect my knee. Take one more breath. Beauties, and then coming back to center. Slow is strong. Heel toe your left foot a little bit further out. And then we're going to come into the center. Hands to the center. Left shoulder inside the left leg. You know, you can go as low as you want to here. Try not to hunch back over. Or rather just lead with that heart. Let the hips sink. Woo-wee. Couple deep breaths. Our hips are not happy with us sitting so much. So we have to give them a little more TLC. Take one more breath here, my darlings. Nice. And then lift that back knee up. Turn the heel inward, prepping for that warrior one. Okay, and use your core, use your glutes. Reach up, up, up. And bring your hands to prayer. Okay, we're going to step to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together. All right, now if you have that strap, we're going to grab the strap and wrap it behind the back. Now here's where majority of people I would say, hold the strap behind their back. So I don't know if you can see that my wrists are turned out and knuckles facing in. Incorrect. We want to do it this way. This is right. This is incorrect. This is correct. Okay? So turn your wrists in, knuckles out. And look what happens to your shoulders when you do that. So this way my shoulder's rolling forward. This way my shoulder's rolling out. Yeah. So much better. So you guys can do this at home with a towel, t-shirt, whatever. You don't need a strap. You don't need a TheraBand. You can use anything that you have in your house. So what I want you to do here is ground yourself. Do a tail tuck, squeeze your bum. Bum, BBC, bum, back, core. Okay? And work those muscles because they're going to bring you into proper alignment and your body's going to thank you for it. I learned this from an amazing kinesiologist, chiropractor, ex-personal trainer. And he's right on the money as far as how to move your body so that you are free in your body and without pain and injury. So opening up your chest. Now, we're gonna do a hip hinge from here with that strap. So don't glue your feet together, please. Give them some space. Give them space. And bend. Bend your knees. Your hips are much happier here. And so we're gonna keep this torso, that upper body, in one piece. So notice your head isn't leaning, head is back. Okay? If you need a little more space like I do, take the strap wider. But keep those muscles working. Tuck your tummy in. Lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward, lean forward. Arms up. Good. Are you still working your core here? When you come up, you must engage your glutes, okay? Bend your knees, engage your glutes. Come up, 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 up. Ah, and relax. Okay, I don't know
know about you, but I so feel that in my shoulders. I'm gonna bring those shoulder blades together, chest forward. All right, let's do that again. One more time. Feet apart. Remember, this is therapy session for you guys. I want you to do this every day. And feet apart. I'm gonna open up the chest, grab your strap, start to lift it away from your back. Tuck your tummy in. Lean forward, hinge at the hips. Hinge at the hips. Keep that arch in your back. And then let your head go as you continue to bring your arms up. Oh, I just disengaged my core, so tummy tucks. Tight, tight. All right, let's come all the way up again. Squeeze your bum and release. That is a full workout on the shoulders right there. Okay, round it out, roll it out, relax. Ah, so good. Okay, another great stretch for your psoas muscles is bringing one of your legs up. And now you can do that with your hand, or you can use that handy dandy strap. So this, I'm going to show you incorrect way, which is this, leaning back. Okay, what you want to actually do is draw that femur bone back into the hip socket. Okay? Little bend in that balancing leg. Core is, of course, tight. Engage your glute, the standing leg. Take a deep breath in. And out. Squeeze your tummy up tight. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, my friends. Nice, and exhale. If you don't have one of these TheraBands, I highly recommend them. It's a cheap little tool for you to use. It is so handy and practical. Okay, and we're going to do it on the other side. So this is my horrible side, my horrible hip. This is my right one. And you'll probably notice that one side usually has a little more mobility than the other, which is normal, but not the greatest. Because it means that we're not balanced. We're not balancing out our muscles. We're not stabilizing correctly. So bend in that left knee. Use your core. Squeeze your bum. And breathe. Nice deep breath in. Remember, you're drawing the femur bone back into the hip socket. If you notice, my torso is in alignment with my leg. I'm not leaning back. Okay? We want to draw the leg in. Oh my gosh, you're going to feel that right away in your core. Take one more breath here. And release. And then you can do a little skipping. Okay, let's do a standing balance. Standing balances are also fantastic to engage some more muscles. We're going to do tree pose, Vrksasana. So you're gonna. This one is a hip opener, believe it or not. Root down on your feet and let's turn the left hip out. So bring your left heel up and turn the hip up, out. Low power, battery's dying. Okay, so just take your foot either onto your calf muscle, and here's where you want to try to make sure that your hips, your pelvis is stable. As you can see right now, my hips are not stable. So engage your glute, and that will stabilize your pelvis. Engage your core. That will stabilize your pelvis. Okay? And now, oh, I should have said to take the strap. We can do a prayer pose and fire up those lats, where you can take your hands behind your back and do that reverse prayer. Keep your hips facing forward and breathe. Keep breathing. Now, if you want to practice your proprioception, what you can do is try closing your eyes for one blink and see if you can still hold the pose. And the worst thing that happens is, you're gonna have to drop your foot down to help stabilize you. But this is a great practice for you to train your brain how to coordinate all those muscles in the body. So focus on one point, your drishti, core is engaged, your glutes are strong, and then close your eyes. And so what if you fall? When you fall, you just get right back up. All right, take your knee back to center, release. Bring your right knee up into your hand. Open up to the side. Roll out your ankle. Bring it back to center and release. Okay, we're gonna balance now on the other side. So rooting down on your left foot, excuse me while I have a sip. Your left foot grounding, rooting. Bring your right heel up and turn the knee out. So right away you're feeling a gently external rotation opening in your hip. And you're gonna bring your foot onto your calf muscle. If you're not sure if your hips are level, very simply place your hands on those two hip bones and see, are you dumping? Are you trying to be sassy? Or are you trying to maintain balance and stability? Squeeze your bum. Engage your core. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms down. And bring your arms all the way up. And drop your shoulders, so lock your shoulders into place. Good. Take a few deep breaths. Take one more breath. Bring your hands to prayer as you breathe out. Close your eyes, one blink. Proprioception practice. I can tell I haven't done this in a while myself. The more you do it, the better you become at it. It's amazing. You'll be able to hold for 5 breaths, no problem. Awesome. Take your knee back to center. Release and bring your left knee into your hand. Opening into a gate. Shoulders back. Roll out your ankle. Beautiful. Okay, bring your knee back to center and release. Nice. Come down into a seated position. And let's do a little twisting. So we're just gonna keep that left leg forward, right knee hugged in. If this is hard on your hips, scoop a block or a pillow underneath your buttocks. And then we're gonna scoop that right knee into the left arm. And our twist again comes from the bottom up. So you're rooting down, just trying to feel that movement into your ribs, into your upper back. Drop your shoulders, look over. Few deep and mindful breaths. Beauties, come back to center. And release, lower that leg down. Let's repeat on the other side. So bending the left knee, Hug it in. Keep your sitting bones rooting down and sit up nice and tall because immediately your body goes into slouch mode. It's so easy to forget about our posture. Even in this position, it matters mostly in this position because we're twisting. So we want to squeeze and hug that knee up into our right arm. Start to feel the movement from your hip, rib cage, thoracic, then look over. Few deep breaths here. Nice. Come back to the center. Inhale. Release the leg down. Exhale. Shake it out. Shake it out. Okay. So as you lie down, I want you to come down to one vertebrae at a time. Okay, one vertebrae at a time. Work your core. So you're gonna lower, 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 reach back. Okay, and then rise up from the top of the back, all the way up, 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 reaching to the sky. Okay, core engaged, let's lower back down. From the base, mid, upper, reach back. And then coming up. Lift, 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 lift. Fingers touch the sky. If you need to bend your knees in the seated position, do it. It's okay. And lower back down. Okay, so here's where you're really engaging your core, folks. You should be able to hold it here, hold your body. And lower, 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 lower. Reach back. Okay, and then lifting, lifting, lifting. Your body is one piece coming up. Awesome. And lower down. One vertebrae at a time. Okay, folks, 2 more times, yeah? We got this. Rockstar warriors. Lift up. We've all packed on a little bit more of that COVID 10 to 15. I'm calling it COVID 10. That's all right. Our bodies are adjusting to new norms. Don't be hard on yourself. Coming back up, just do your best to eat well, keep your immunity up, and get some physical movement in your body. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Keep myself sane and not guilt myself and feel so bad. Okay, I think that was 2, but because we're such warriors, we're gonna do it one more time. Ready? Up, lift, woo! And then bring your hands to the sides. Bend your knees, come onto your back, and you're gonna make sure your feet are right underneath your knees. Lower your head down. And we're gonna slide the left hand towards the left toes, top of the foot, and then come back down. And then reach right hand towards the right toes, and then lower down. Again, left side, reach, reach, reach. You're gonna feel your obliques working, and lower down. Reaching to the right, and come down. Good, left side, reach, just a little bit of core. I like to always incorporate some core exercises so that we feel strong in our center body. Just think your core is the center of your body. And without having a strong core, you're not gonna have a strong back. You're also gonna have less stability, mobility in your body. So keep your core strong, strong, strong. And lower it down. Reaching to the left, scooch, scooch, and lower. Reaching to the right, and lower. Couple more. Reach to the left, scooch,
your back, so make it happen. Make some space between the mat, there, like that, and your tailbone, so that your tailbone is sticking out. And now just open up your chest and breathe into your armpits. Now if you want to go a little bit further here and tap into your hips, walk your feet inward towards each other and then have them touch as the knees fall apart. So you should feel completely exposed here. Your chest, your diaphragm, your hips, your solar plexus and perineum. Just let everything surrender and relax. Try to soften in through your low back. You have an arch, but still allow a softening to happen. Take a few deep breaths. You want to feel this absorption time happening in your body while your body assimilates and processes and receives the nourishment of your practice. Try not to omit this part of your practice. It matters and it is important. And breathe into your belly space so that you feel your abdomen expand on the in-breath. And drop on your out-breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. Two more breaths. Okay, you're dropping your arms to the side body. Bring your knees together. Walk your knees inward and your feet outward. So now your knees are buckling and you're doing an internal rotation of your hips. Just a counter pose for what we just did. Couple deep breaths. Okay, walking your feet back to center. We're going to take those knees in towards the chest. And bring the head up to the knees. Hands behind your legs. Roll up to a seated position. Scooching up to meet each other as we close our practice. I hope that you feel a little more open in your chest and a little release in your back. You should feel a little bit more open and free in your body. I know I do. I'll just silence this music for a moment. And as we close our practice today, I just want us all to have a little bit of more compassion and forgiveness and self-love going through what we're going through and adapting to these new changes. It takes its toll not only on you mentally, but also physically. And even emotionally, we're missing our friends and our families. So please be extra kind to yourself right now and stop beating yourself up because maybe you are not as strong as you were physically, or maybe you've put on a few pounds, and so what? And so has everybody else. And everything is temporary, so keep that in mind. Giving yourself extra kindness and compassion, and when you need to rest, rest. But try to keep some movement in your body every day.
even just taking a nice brisk walk outside. Do it for yourself because your body's going to thank you, and being grounded in nature helps. And I'm here every Wednesday, so I would really be honored to help you, guide you through your physical asana practice. So let's take our hands to heart space. Thank you, Michelle, for joining. And share with your friends. Tell them that this is a tool for them to use to help them get through, help us get through these crazy times. And I want to close with one Om, sending peace and love to everybody. Nice deep breath in. Light in me honors and sees the divine light inside of each and every one of you. Take your light, my friends, and share it, shine it. First to yourself, fill up your love cup so that you may be of service to others. Be kind. Bringing your hands to your third eye, let's bow together. And be well, be safe. Namaste. Stay away. Thanks for joining today.